discussing things to do in fall. You read the title, excellent. So, as you may well know, I'm mostly discussing things to do in October because we only have a few short weekends for events. But besides events, if you cannot afford to go to them, or if you're more of a homebody like myself, then you might want some of these suggestions of things to do vegetables, or you could cover a skeleton in like meat slices and make it look like he's been skinned. Oh, looks so fun for a birthday. But yes, charcuterie board, charcuterie board, charcuterie board, charcuterie board, charcuterie board. You're very fancy. Charcuterie board, charcuterie board, charcuterie board. So these are all of my food related sticks, and I'm going to put them into the cup because that is the cup where I just pick out whatever I want, and we're going to move on to the next topic. The next one is places to go, or like events and things that you can do in October that you should be thinking about because they're probably coming up very soon, right? My most favorite thing ever to do in fall. I cannot say it enough, but I highly recommend that if you're not a chicken, you will go to haunted house, haunted house, haunted house, haunted house, or a scream park or something like that. But like, I highly recommend going to a haunted house because most haunted houses are small businesses. They are staffed by wonderful, oddball people who are very friendly but very spooky, and it's always a good time, you know. You get your adrenaline pumping and get the blood thumping, and then, you know, if you're like me, maybe you want to go humping, but other than that, haunted houses are great. Haunted houses, haunted houses, haunted houses, haunted houses. My very favorite size, number one on the events list. Number two, I haven't really done this, but I've seen it a lot, and I think it's kind of cool. Like, I have done it, but I haven't like in my recent memory as an adult. But it's going to see a living history exhibit for their fall display. So I really want to go to Connor Prairie because they do Connor Scary, which is like the Headless Horseman and stuff, and it's not too far away from me, and I like watching Townsends because I find that channel very peaceful. So I will link it down below because it has some good fall content too, and some food ideas that I really enjoy, like the puddings and stuff. But yeah, a living history museum, and to see like how people in the past would deal with the weather, and what they would eat, and what they would be doing to prepare. So it's very interesting to me, and I love learning all kinds of things about history, but I love to see it from the actor perspective because they really live the character. So it's another reason why I like Townsend. But anyways, living history, living history, living history, living history, living history, living history. Number three, another one of my top things, but a theme park or amusement park event. A theme park or amusement park event. So some theme parks are scream parks. Like, I would consider HHN a little bit more of a scream park than any other one because it's mostly about the haunted houses, you know. But there are theme park and amusement park events that some of them are ticketed, some of them are not. So you have to be aware of that when you go because you might have to pay extra to go in haunted houses. But they usually have haunted houses and things for kids. So I highly recommend the Cedar Fair one, the Halloween Haunt and Halloween Weekends at Cedar picture in the car with your sweetheart. Oh, isn't that awesome? Yes, yes, lovely. So especially after a haunted house, ooh, it would be a good night. So drive it, double feature if you can find it and you have one in your area, keep them in business, please. Because maybe I would like to visit it one day. They're all drying up, so go to your local drive-in movie theater. Okay, and finally for places to go that are not shopping places, you probably want to go to a pumpkin patch, because then you can get some cider and you can get your pumpkins, maybe some decorative gourds. So check out your local pumpkin patch and homestead store, because those are also small businesses that you should probably be supporting. And it's always good to check in with the locals. And sometimes they have fun treats too. So all different kind of things can be found at the pumpkin patch, not just pumpkins. Go check them out at the pumpkin patch, Okay, so I got another This next section is going to be all about shopping. So all the different stores you might want to go to that have seasonal items that you might want to look into. Now obviously I would highly recommend going somewhere like Etsy or a small business website that's privately owned, but there's also this, and some places you might want to consider during your seasonal travels. The most obvious, which is the Halloween store, right? So I would say that a year-round Halloween store is the best Halloween store, but those usually don't get animatronics and stuff like that. It's more for costumes and makeup. But if you must go to Spirit Halloween, you could go to Spirit Halloween, or you could go to like a Halloween City, or like something that has Halloween in the name usually pops up around this time of year. And I've worked for both Spirit Halloween and Halloween City. Do not recommend, don't work for pumpkin behind me is like a cardboard pumpkin. You can paint it or whatever, but you know, yeah, like you do all kind of Halloween crafts, and they have like all kind of decorations, mostly inside decorations. So if you want to get like the spooky vibes in your house, then you might want to go to a craft store to try and find some cool knickknacks. Craft store. My favorite is Michael's. That's the one that I go to the most. And then Joann's. And then, yeah, that's about it for me, really. Michael and Joanne, they're my besties. So, yes, craft store. If you like, I can't afford to go to Halloween store to get my costume because that is expensive as hell, because they are very expensive. You can also go to the thrift store and sometimes they have costumes there, or it's very easy to make an impressive costume from thrifted materials because it's made out of real clothes, so it looks a little bit more legit and it looks like you did it, but actually it's just thrift store stuff. So it's really easy to make stuff from the thrift store. Next one would be like a houseware store, because like the Home Goods or a Marshalls or something like that has all of the other little tchotchkes specifically for inside use. And you can usually find like some good stuff at the Home Goods stores, so I recommend just, you know, just kind of look around and see what you can see, if there's anything good. Sometimes there's some cool pumpkins, but yeah, Home Goods store. The body care store, the body shop, the body care store, the Bath and Body Works, the page that's behind me. So if you would like to follow suit, check out some of those stores and work on some interior decorating, indoor decoration, indoor decorating. It's fun to move stuff around. If you notice that things are constantly moving around, it's great. So I like to keep it lively even though we're all very, very dead here. And to go hand in hand with indoor decorating, we've also got outdoor decorating. If you didn't know, now you will know that I am the creepy crypt of my neighborhood. And my decorating has become so infamous. My decorating has become so infamous that even neighbors come over and complain and try to keep in my place and say outrageous things like I eat babies and go all crazy and let go the cops. So I really love outdoor decorating. I really love outdoor decorating so much, and no one will stop me or take it away from me. And I start about right now when the video is posted, decorating my lawn. It's probably already got some skeletons in it. So yes, outdoor decorating, outdoor decorating, outdoor decorating, outdoor decorating, outdoor decorating. Piss off your crazy neighbors and do some outdoor decorating, because some people think that the entire neighborhood is an HOA when it is not at all. This next one is super easy to do, super fun for a movie night, or any kind of like hanging out night, to make a blanket fortress, build your own Fort Gigas. Yes, a blanket fortress. Blanket fortress is so fun, it's so cozy, you know. You make a little tent, take it all wrapped up, you have pillows on the floor, it's so fun to have a blanket fortress, Highly recommend making a blanket fortress with your sweetheart if you have one. spider web. I did that. That was me. I'm a black widow. But yes, I highly recommend having a nice little crafted room for yourself because it's very pleasant during fall to just sit around and paint something, enjoy something light, makes you feel like you did something productive and cool. So that's another reason why I like to paint and do all of these things. It helps me to decompress. Face art, the 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 face art. So if you have a costume, if you have a costume that requires makeup, or if you don't, then you just want to have fun because all of the makeup supplies are out. I highly recommend just taking a night and just doing some face art on yourself, or let me do it for you. I love painting faces, love painting faces, and applying makeup. So of course, makeup is part of my suggestions. Try some face art, Always practice before you go out on Halloween. You don't want to look silly all half-dressed, and I would consider going out with a full costume and no makeup, half-dressed. Yes, so consider practicing some face art, or just have a little powwow with your friends. It'll be fun. Don't be silly, make funny faces, take pictures. Have a good night. Have a good night. This one is also for everyone. Nail art. Boys can wear nail polish too. Did you know? And I think it's so cute even on these short little nails to have like the alternating colors or something like that. I love seeing boys with nail polish on. So yes, you can do some nail art now. You don't have to have like dagger nails like mine, which are all natural by the way. But you don't have to have super long natural nails to do nail art. As you see, I don't do nail art because I don't have the coordination to do it. But I just love having long nails. It just makes you feel like I want to scratch the people. But yes, nail art is definitely something anybody can do. And then they also have like the press-on nails at the Five Below and the dollar store. Have little pumpkins and bats and all of the blood drippies and things on it. So nail art. Also, FYI, if you are a sexy goth guy and you want to look like sexier when you have these nails, even though nobody wants you to figure them, but if you have these nails, women are like, he's a vampire. I'll be having that. So consider maybe going and getting like a set, a press-on black Or maybe that's just me. But fine. I don't know why you'd want to. I'm not judging you, but I am, but I'm not. But if you like this, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But sports ball, you could watch this sports ball's on right now, right? They're doing the ball, so sports ball, whatever sports ball you like. I don't care. I don't care really. I pay attention to baseball kind of and hockey, but other than that, but sports ball always an option if you rather and some local haunted house websites also do, but I use Scare Factor as my main directory for haunts, so that's the one that I recommend. This is something that I am like obsessed with. Lemax spooky villages, right? So it has been so far out of my reach for many years. I would just go and I would look at these else, but